everybody, this is Anna Michelson from AnnaMichelson.com, and today something interesting happened. We had a really hot day, but in the middle of the night there was a power outage for the whole city, and the power went out and off and out and off like 3 times, and I guess the 3rd time it was such a big surge or whatever, our main went down and only our electricity didn't go back on, or at least that I know of. It could be that other people's also happened, but that I know of, only ours didn't happen. That happened. And we woke up in the morning and it was broiling hot. And all day long it was broiling hot. I mean, you would just be sitting over there and breathing and dripping sweat. And there's only one other time I remember that happening, and that was in the middle of the winter, on the coldest weekend that there was, where the power went out right before the Sabbath began. And for those of you who don't know, I'm Jewish and I'm religious, and I don't turn the electricity on or off on the Sabbath. So if something turns off, I leave it off. I don't turn it back on again. And once again, this was like at the very beginning of the Sabbath, and it turned off, and when the electricity went to turn back on again, it didn't turn back on our heater, and we were all freezing cold. Now, it's interesting that the only 2 times I remember power outages are times when we were suffering. And my question is, did it really only turn off during those times? Or is it that the other times we didn't suffer that much, so it didn't really make that much of a difference to us? And another interesting point is that whenever I speak to people working in sessions and I ask them, do you have a happy memory? They're like, well, let me think, I don't know, let me think. But when you ask them, do you have a sad memory or a bad memory or a hurting memory, then they're, oh, well, which one should I choose? Should I choose that one? Or should I choose that one? Or choose that one? So what actually happens over here? What tends to happen is, unless you put the emphasis on the good stuff, the juice all goes to the bad stuff, the stuff which makes you feel bad, the stuff that makes you feel not good inside. And that's kind of sad, because if you could put the juice to the good stuff, to the good memories, you'd be in a much better place. Now, the interesting thing is that all the studies that I've read and all the couples that I've spoken to who have been married long time, and they didn't always have easy times, they had ups, they had downs, but the thing that they said really kept them together was they had all those memories of their good friendship and of the good things that they did. Okay, now if you remember, I don't know if you already went out, you're in the process of going out, or if you're not going out, you went out beforehand, but you're married, and you had, you remember when you were going out before you got married, you tried to go out a lot with the other person because you want to spend time with the other person, and you spend good times with the other person. You'd like go out of your way to pick good places to go to, and sometimes even if you were just sitting in a park, it still felt really good being with the other person. Or if you were just lying down on the ground, it still felt good with the other person. Or you just walking along the beach, it still felt really good with the person. And you remember those times. Those times were full of juice, and that's why it drew you very often to get married. But then somehow when you got married, you figured, all right, we're together now. We don't have to do all that stuff. And that's where people go wrong. They should still be doing all that stuff, putting the juice into the happy times, and making a point of making those happy times, because when they do that, when the times get bad, and they always get bad, you always have fights. Couples always fight. Even the best of couples fight. So don't fool yourself that if you're fighting, you're not a couple. You can still be a great couple and be fighting. Question is whether you have all those good things to fall back on, number 1. And number 2, whether because you're such good friends to begin with, when you fight, you're able to put it aside for a moment, say you're sorry, agree to disagree, kiss and hug, make up, and be friends again. And that was my point for today. So hope you all had a really great day. If you have any questions, I'm happy to answer them. You can either write me right now over here, I'm still here, or you can write me down below, or you can email me. I usually put my email up above. And otherwise, hope you all have a great morning, afternoon, evening. Here you can tell it's middle of the night. It's like 11 o'clock at night. Finally managed to get out, and it's finally cool enough to get out because it's been really hot today. I don't know how it is in the rest of the world, but in Israel, it was really hot. And remember, my motto is to make the whole world happy, 1% at a time, starting with myself. Have a great day. Ilana Michelson. Hi there, Stephen. Hope you enjoyed it.